Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So let's just jump right in today, because we're looking at a mystery that's probably sitting right there in your living room. For decades, we've made some pretty huge assumptions about our dogs. We kind of just figured, oh, they probably see us as the giant vending machine that fills the food bowl, right? Or maybe, like cats are rumored to do, they see us as the staff. Or even just a weirdly tall, hairless version of themselves. But I'm here to tell you, the actual science behind the human-canine bond paints a totally different picture. It's an incredible story of biology, chemistry, and literally thousands of years of shared history. So I want to toss this question right to you to kick things off. What does your dog actually see when they look at you? Like, really look at you. You might think, oh, they just see me, their owner, maybe their best buddy. But the scientific truth we're diving into today, it's way, way more extraordinary than a simple pet-owner dynamic. Seriously, by the time we're done here, the way you look at your dog is going to change completely. We're going to break down exactly what's happening inside their brains, and trust me, it is absolutely mind-blowing.
All right, let's get into Chapter 1, the evolutionary leap. The reason your dog doesn't just treat you like a giant dog all comes down to this incredible 15,000-year journey. Let's look at how they evolved an entirely separate set of social behaviors exclusively for us.
Now, scientists call this the human-canine bond, and honestly, it is completely unique in the whole animal kingdom. Dogs have been hardwired across thousands of generations to seek us out, to trust us, and to attach to us. Not as an equal pack member, but honestly as something closer to a lifeline. There's this amazing cognitive scientist at Duke University, Brian Hare, and he ran these experiments comparing how different animals react to a super simple human gesture, just pointing a finger. If you point at something, a chimpanzee, literally our closest primate relative, does absolutely nothing. A wolf raised by humans, also nothing. But your dog immediately follows the finger. They are uniquely hardwired to understand the language of human intention. It's kind of wild to think about because it proves they didn't just learn to hang around us, they biologically evolved to understand us.
Moving on to Chapter 2, Waiting for You. We've all seen that look, right? The one you get when you pick up your keys to leave the house. But researchers really wanted to know what physically happens inside your dog the moment you walk out that door.
Let's walk through the actual biology of separation here. At minute 1, the owner leaves. By minute 2, tracking studies show the dog's stress hormones spike and their heart rate starts climbing. Their whole body basically enters this state of low-level alert. But here is the truly amazing part, down there at minute X. When researchers played recordings of random human voices to these stressed-out dogs, nothing changed. But the second they played the specific recording of the owner's voice, the dog's stress levels dropped almost instantly right back to baseline. So it's not just any human that comforts them. It is specifically your voice that physically regulates their stress. And it's not just sound either, it's scent. There was this groundbreaking study out of Emory University where they monitored dog brains in an MRI while introducing different smells. And they found that only one scent triggered activation in the reward center of the dog's brain. The area linked to love, pleasure, and positive anticipation. And that scent was their owner's. The reward center didn't light up for food, and it didn't light up for the smell of other dogs. So they aren't just sitting by the door waiting for you. They're holding on to you in every single way their biology allows.
Which brings us to Chapter 3, Reading Your Face. Now we're shifting to how carefully they study us, and this is honestly one of the strangest, most fascinating visual discoveries in canine biology.
Okay, to get this, we first need to understand something called left gaze bias. Basically, this is the automatic tendency to look at the left side of a face first. Why? Well, because the right side of the human brain processes emotion, and that controls the left side of the face. We humans do this automatically to read each other's moods. But researchers discovered that dogs do the exact same thing. And here's the kicker. Dogs only do this left gaze bias with human faces. If you show them a picture of an object, or even another dog, they don't do it. They evolved a highly specific, human-directed way of reading emotion.
The point here is that your dog has this incredibly specialized emotional intelligence. I mean, they are literally reading your micro-expressions. They can tell the difference between happy and angry human faces, even in photos of total strangers. They understand what a human frown means without any training whatsoever. So, when you've had a really rough day and your dog pads over and just rests their chin on your lap? They didn't just take a lucky guess about how you were feeling. Their brain explicitly read your face, processed it through 15,000 years of evolutionary programming, and made the conscious decision to comfort you.
All right, Chapter 4, The Tale of the Tail. Now, we need to debunk a pretty major myth right here. People always say a wagging tail just means a happy dog, but scientists have uncovered that it's actually a highly specific biological vocabulary.
It turns out, it's not just about the fact that they're wagging, but the exact direction of the wag. When a dog is feeling a positive emotional response, like, say, seeing you walk through the door, the wag physically skews over to the right. There's noticeably more movement on that side. But if a dog is feeling uncertain, maybe a little anxious, or they're facing a stranger, that wag skews to the left. The direction of that wag is quite literally a complete sentence broadcasting their internal emotional state to the world.
Let's actually map out this dictionary for a second. Skewing right means positive and familiar. Skewing left means anxious or stranger alert. Held high and wagging fast signals confidence and excitement. Held low and slow, that signals submission or appeasement. And here is the craziest part about all of this. Other dogs instinctively understand this vocabulary. Researchers in Italy actually did a study where they found that when dogs simply watched a video of another dog wagging its tail to the left, their own heart rates physically shot up. Their bodies automatically responded to the anxious signal of another dog on a screen. So yeah, they are talking to each other and to us every single day.
Now for Chapter 5, the chemistry of connection. We've talked about the brain, we've talked about the tail and the eyes, but there's one final incredible discovery that ties all of these quirks together under one profound biological mechanism.
The landmark year for this was 2015. That was the year an amazing study was published in the prestigious journal Science, and it fundamentally changed how we view the human-canine bond forever. It finally proved that this connection isn't just behavioral, it is deeply chemical.
And it all comes down to this one incredible chemical: oxytocin. If you're not familiar, oxytocin is the ultimate bonding hormone. It is the exact same identical chemical that surges between a human mother and her newborn child in those very first moments after birth. It basically represents the absolute pinnacle of mammalian love and connection. And what that 2015 study documented was an unbelievable biological feedback loop between humans and dogs. Let's look at the steps. Step 1, you and your dog just gaze into each other's eyes. Step 2, your dog's brain releases a massive surge of oxytocin. And step 3, when you look back, your brain releases oxytocin right back. Just think about that for a second. Your dog is literally triggering our deepest, most powerful bonding mechanisms, and we are triggering theirs. This proves the whole relationship isn't just some human projection or us being overly sentimental. It is a scientifically documented biological cycle of love. Which really brings us to this powerful takeaway. Your dog doesn't just tolerate you. They don't just accept you as part of their environment or see you simply as the owner. You are the reason their brain releases its most powerful bonding chemical. You're the scent their reward center goes crazy for. When your dog looks at you, they see the one presence their entire biology was built to find. To them, you are the absolute center of their biological universe.
So I want to leave you with this question. Knowing everything we've just uncovered, knowing that their gaze, their tail wags, their stress levels, and their actual neurochemistry are built entirely around you, how will you look at your dog the next time you walk through the door? I really hope this explainer has given you a profoundly new way to experience those everyday moments with your pet. Thanks so much for joining me to explore this incredible science, and keep learning.